right, so let's go ahead and start on your backs. Just bring your focus to your breath here. Just breathing in and out through the nose. And then we'll start with a counted breath this morning. We'll start with an inhale 4, exhale 4, and then with each cycle of breath, I'll extend the count by 1, and we'll end with a count of 8. So take an inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the nose. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Big exhale out the mouth, let it go. And then just reach the arms up by the ears. Give yourself a nice big morning stretch. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Just take a little movement here with the knees hugged in. So maybe you're circling the knees around a little bit or taking a gentle rock side to side. And then just come back to stillness, take your arms to a T, and drop your legs over to the right for a twist. And then draw the legs up through center, take them over to the other side. And bring the legs back to center and just straighten them out. So you're laying flat on the back with your legs extended straight onto the mat. Just relax there. And then reach your arms up by your ears. Walk your hands to the right long edge of the mat and walk your feet to the right long edge of the mat. So you're making that banana shape with the body, with the left side of the body nice and long. Maybe stacking left ankle on top of right ankle You could even reach your right hand for your left wrist and just gently lift that left wrist up and away. And then just unwind that. We'll take it to the other side. So walk the hands and the feet to the left long edge of the mat. Set the right ankle on the left ankle. Maybe reach the left hand for the right wrist. Just a gentle lift of that wrist. And then unwind that so you're back on your back and your arms are still up by your ears. And then roll yourself off to your right side. So I may look like I'm not mirroring you, but I'm on my right side. You can bend your right elbow so you're resting your head in your right hand. And your left hand can just rest out in front of you. And then straighten both legs so you have this long line. You can cross your whole body from the head to the toes. And then from there, lift the left leg up about a foot. Keep the left leg where it is. See if you can bring your right leg up to meet it. So both legs are elevated. And then lower that down. Excuse me, we'll do that again. Lift the left leg up. Right leg meets it. And then lower that down. Last time, left leg up about a foot. Right leg will meet it. Maybe if you want to try it, you're going to try and lift your left hand too. So the legs are elevated, that left hand is elevated. It's hard, I know. And then lower everything down. We'll come onto the other side so you can roll onto your back, onto your left side. Support the head in the left hand, straighten the legs, keep that right hand in front of you to start, and then lift your right leg about a foot. Left leg will come up to meet the right leg, both legs are elevated, and then lower that down. And then lift the right leg, we haven't done this in forever. Left leg meets it, I don't know, I like this one, I don't know why I forget about it, and then lower it down. And then last time, right leg up. Left leg meets it, maybe the right hand lifts. Ooh, it's harder for me on this side, I'm rolling all over the place. And then lower everything down. Roll back onto your back. Hug your knees toward your chest again. And then keep the knees bent, drop the feet down to the mat, arms by the sides. Take a bridge pose, press into the feet, lift the hips, and just hold the hips elevated. And then lower the hips down to the mat, hug the knees towards the chest, and make your way all the way up to tabletop. So you can rock straight up or roll to the side. And once you're in tabletop, just take some movement here. So cat-cow in tabletop, or maybe a wiggle of the hips. And after you feel like you've gotten all your wiggles out, bring your big toes together, hips back to heels, child's pose. And come back up to tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips. First down dog, you can take some movement in this downward facing dog. stillness in this down dog. Come forward into plank. Just drop your knees to the mat and lower all the way down to your belly. Take an easy cobra, lift the head and the shoulders, and then lower everything back down. Press through tabletop, downward facing dog. And then drop your knees down to the mat so you're back in table. Just take your right foot to the right long edge of the mat. Keep your right hand planted. Extend your left leg back and reach your left arm by your ear. Now you're welcome to stay right here with your right hand down. If you want, you may have to lift your torso a little bit so you can take your right arm by your ear. So both arms are by your ears. Ooh, that's hard. And then come up through center, both arms by the ears, and take a side bend towards your straight leg. You can take that left hand down. And then same thing here, you can keep your left hand on your leg if you want. Left arm will go by your ear. So both arms are by your ears. You're gonna side bend towards your left. And then just come through center so you can bring your right hand back to the mat. Spin yourself to tabletop. Give your hips a little wiggle side to side. And then spin the left foot to the left, extend the right leg behind you, right arm by the ear to start. Just pause there. And then again, you can stay there if you want. You may have to lift the torso up a little bit to take the left arm by the ear. So both arms are by the ears. Try and keep breathing, and it's easy to hold the breath there. And then come through center, both arms are by the ears. Take a side bend to the right towards that straight leg. Your right hand can go down to the leg. And then if you want, that right arm will go by the ears. So both arms are by the ears. You're still side bending towards that straight leg. And then come back through center so you can bring your left palm to the mat. Spin yourself to tabletop, wiggle your hips side to side. And then bring your big toes together, sit back into child's pose. Just welcome this more neutral position of the spine, at least not that side bending that you were just doing. Then make your way up through tabletop, back to downward facing dog. And then walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward again. We're gonna do 2 more of those. So inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat, step to plank. Take an inhale there. And exhale, lower to your belly. Knees can drop if you like. Inhale for Cobra, lift head and shoulders. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop, downward facing dog. Let's use the rooting of the hands to find this long line of energy up through the spine and the hips. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hold here. Take one more inhale. And exhale, fold back forward. We're gonna do that one more time. So inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, hold here. One more inhale. And exhale, plant your hands to the mat, step to plank. Take an inhale there. And exhale, slow lower to your belly. Inhale, Cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, straight to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale the foot between the hands for a lunge. Inhale up for crescent, reach your arms by your ears. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, twist to the right, upper left arm, outer right thigh. Take an inhale here. And an exhale. Inhale, come back to crescent, reach both arms by the ears. And exhale, hands frame the foot, step to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands. Inhale, crescent, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, hold here. And exhale, hold. Inhale, unwind, come back to crescent, reach both arms up. Exhale, hands frame the foot, downward facing dog. You can hold that down dog or inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, Cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sit back for chair, reach your arms up. And exhale, just hold here. Hold for your inhale. Hold for your exhale. On your inhale, just straighten your legs, come up right. And exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. And then inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, downward facing dog. Then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down. Come into warrior two, just to come up right. And then flip your right palm towards the ceiling, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. And then come forward, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear, extended side angle. And then come back up to your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step to down dog, just for one breath. And then take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down and come up to warrior two just for a moment. And then flip your left palm up, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. And then come forward, left arm to thigh, right arm by the ear. Then come up right to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step yourself back into plank. Pause and plank for a breath. And then lower all the way to the belly. Take the arms straight back by the sides, palms spinning down. Lift everything up for a locust. And then lower everything back down. Two more like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. You can bend the elbows, slide the palms of the hands by the sides of the rib cage. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Several breaths here in your down dog. You're going to move a little more fluidly through those two poses. So take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down. This time cartwheel up, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. And take your left arm forward, so your left fingertips are pointing towards the front edge of your mat. And then come forward, left arm by your ear, right fingertips reaching towards the back of the mat. So we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, reverse it, left arm's reaching forward. And exhale, come forward, right arm's reaching back. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, reverse it. And exhale, come forward. And then come back up to your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your right foot for a lunge. Walk your hands to the left halfway. Spin your feet parallel. Wide-legged forward fold. You just have some breaths here, just finding a place where you can be soft. And then just walk your hands forward a little bit, take them over to the right to bring your front foot for a lunge and step yourself back to downward facing dog. And then take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, come all the way up to that reverse warrior. So left arm up and back, your right arm is reaching forward, so your right fingertips are reaching towards the front of your mat. And then bring your torso forward, right arm by the ear, left fingertips are gonna reach towards the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, bring it up, left arm up. And exhale, take it forward, left fingertips reaching back. Inhale, up and reverse. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, take it forward. And then inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, hands frame your left foot for a lunge. Walk the hands to the right halfway. Spin the feet parallel. Wide-legged forward fold, maybe reaching peace sign fingers to big toes if you want. And just release the hands if you have the toes. Walk the hands to the left, frame your front foot. Step to downward facing dog. You can hold your down dog if you want. You can inhale to plank. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, send the back heel down, come up into warrior two again. This time, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear. And then get yourself set. So press into that left foot, lengthen the chest forward, cinch in around the sides of the waist. And then maybe take your right arm by your ear. So both arms are by your ears. Good, I know it's hard, you got one more breath. And then come back to warrior two, straighten your right leg, reach forward, come into triangle pose, reach that left arm up. And then come back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step straight to down dog. One breath in down dog. And then take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down. Come up into warrior two. And then left arm to thigh and right arm by the ear. Pause here to get set. So keep pressing into that right foot, lengthening the chest forward, cinching around the sides of the waist. And then maybe the left arm comes up by the ear. Good, come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg, reach forward, hinge into triangle pose. And then come back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step yourself back to plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly and slide your forearms forward, coming into Sphinx pose here. Hugging the elbows in towards each other. Just feel like you could gently pull your hands back towards the back of the mat. They're not going to move, but that'll help to lengthen the chest forward and spread the collarbones. And then lower the head and shoulders, just slide the hands back by the sides of the rib cage. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, come into warrior two. And then we're gonna come into half moon without putting your hand on anything. So you're gonna slowly come forward, maybe bring your left foot in halfway and start to hinge forward into half moon, but keeping that right hand hovering above the mat. Embrace the wobble because it's gonna happen. And then a little bend in your standing legs, slowly come back to your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot, step to down dog. You have several breaths in down dog, just to catch your breath before we do the second side. And then take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two. And slowly start to come forward. Maybe walk your right foot in halfway as you start to hinge forward, coming into that hovering half moon pose. Keep pressing the right heel back, lengthening the chest forward. So you feel that long line of energy that helps you stay elevated. A little bit in your standing leg back to your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, step to down dog. You can hold your down dog or inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then drop your knees to the mat so you're in tabletop. And just walk your hands back towards your knees. You can come up to kneeling where your shoulders are over your hips. Take the palms of the hands to the low back. Just draw the elbows gently back towards each other. And then just a tiny baby camel pose here. Lift the chest. Take a little back bend, taking the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then come all the way back upright. Just take your hands back to the mat. Walk them under your shoulders so you're in tabletop. Wiggle your hips side to side. And then take some really easy circles of the hips back and around towards the heel. So That might be small or big, just whatever feels good after that camel pose. For me, it's smaller circles actually. And then take the circles the other way. And then just come back to stillness. On your inhale, drop your belly, take cow. And on the exhale, curl the spine for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. And then just go back to neutral and tabletop. Bring your big toes together, hips to heels, child pose. Last child pose here. And then come on up to tabletop just so you can come to seated, coming to Sukhasana, your comfortable cross-leg position here. If you have a block, you might want it for your head, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to. So we're just coming into a forward fold here. So you can walk your hands forward. Maybe you stay more upright with the palms flat, arms straight. Maybe you bend the knees, drop to forearms. And maybe the forehead comes to that block, but it might not. So if it doesn't, that's okay. I like to have the block on the tallest setting pretty close to me, just so I can let my head relax here. And you might find as your body starts to settle into the pose, if you have the block, it might walk a little away from the body or maybe to a lower setting, but it's not the goal. So if that doesn't feel good, stay where you are. And then just slowly take your time, walk your hands back, lift your chest. Just take some shoulder rolls here, up and back. And then the opposite direction. And then just remembering which leg you have in front or shin you have in front. Extend your legs in front of you, give them a quick little shake. We're just gonna change sides here. Do the same thing on the second side. So once you've shaken the legs out, recross the legs, opposite shin in front, and then walk your hands forward. Find your position again to lean forward. Maybe you have that block. For me, this side always feels pretty different with my legs in this position. So you might notice that in your body as well. And then slowly really need your way upright. If you have a block, you can take it off to the side, extend the legs out in front of you, give them another shake. And then just take the legs out into a straddle position. It doesn't have to be very big here. We're just gonna take a gentle twist with the torso. So gentle twist to the right, right hand behind you, left hand outside of thigh. And then just slowly unwind that, just over to the other side, taking it over to the left. And then unwind that, come back to center, take the hands in front of you, and then you can stay more upright or maybe gently walk yourself forward here. Just walk your hands back, lift your chest. You can draw your legs together, maybe coming to the front of the mat if you need some space to roll back, and then take the hands behind the thighs, come all the way back to your back, and just set yourself up for bridge, but don't take bridge quite yet. So knees bent, soles of the feet flat, arms by the sides, and just keep the hips down for a breath or two here. And then when you're ready, press into the feet, lift the hips, come up into bridge. And slowly lower the hips down. Pause again with the hips resting down. And then one more time, press into the feet, lift the hips, come up into bridge pose. And then lower the hips down to the mat, keep the knees bent, walk the feet wider than the hips, arms to a T, just windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then bring the knees back upright, keep your feet wide, just let the knees fall together at the center of the body and just pause there. And then just hug your knees towards your chest. Keep the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg out onto the mat. You can see right here, if you want, hands can go behind the right thigh so you can straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. If the right leg is straight, rebend it, change sides, hug the left knee in, extend the right leg out. And maybe take the hands behind the left thigh, straighten the left leg towards the ceiling. And then if the left leg is straight, rebend it, hug your right knee in so both knees are hugged towards the chest. And then maybe come into happy baby, taking a little rock side to side. And then from your happy baby, hug your knees back in, one final squeeze. Then release your legs, find your way into Shavasana. And start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms by your ears. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And then roll off to one side. Pause there, eyes closed. It's one of my favorite quotes. Very, very simple. Be the change you want to see in the world. Use your top hand, press yourself all the way up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, hands at the heart. Have a wonderful day. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.